You know that feeling when you open a spreadsheet and it's just a wall of numbers? It feels like you're staring at code from the Matrix. Well, what if I told you that inside all that chaos, there's a hidden story, a secret personality just waiting to be discovered? Today, we're grabbing our magnifying glass because we're going to become data detectives and uncover that story.
We all love a simple answer, right? We ask for the average salary, the average temperature, the average rating on a product. It just feels so neat and tidy. But here's the question. Is that one simple number really telling us the whole story, or is it actually hiding the most interesting parts?
Okay, take a look at this. Believe it or not, both of these datasets have the exact same average. Seriously. On the left, everything's in a tight, consistent little cluster. But on the right, it's all over the place. If you only looked at the average, you'd think they were identical. You'd miss the real story completely. This is exactly why we need to dig deeper.
So, to solve this mystery, we need to master one key concept: understanding the data's distribution. And trust me, this isn't just some fancy buzzword. It's the master key that unlocks what's really going on behind the numbers. So what is it, exactly? Well, put simply, a distribution is just the shape of your data. I want you to think of it like the skyline of a city. Some buildings are really tall. Those are the values that show up all the time. And some are short. That shape, that skyline, tells you pretty much everything you need to know about the data's character, all in a single glance.
And this shape gives us a full detective's report. It's like a dossier on our data's personality. We can immediately see where its center is, its center of activity. We can measure how spread out it is. We can see if it's lopsided or symmetrical. And we can spot any suspicious characters, outliers, lurking in the shadows. Each one of these is a vital clue.
All right, a detective can't solve a case without the right tools, and neither can we. We're not going to solve this mystery by just staring at a list of numbers. So, let's open up the toolkit and see how we can turn that raw data into clear, visual evidence. This right here, this is our crime scene, a raw, jumbled, messy list of data points. It is impossible to see any pattern here. It's just noise. Trying to make a decision based on this is like trying to navigate a new city without a map. It's not going to go well.
And this is where our number one tool comes in, the histogram. It's like our magnifying glass. All it does is group the numbers into different bins and then counts how many fall into each one. And just like that, the chaos organizes itself into a shape, into that skyline we talked about. The story is finally starting to emerge.
Now, the histogram is fantastic, but it's not our only tool. A good detective has a whole kit, right? A box plot gives us a quick X-ray of the data, pinpointing the center and flagging any outliers instantly. And a density plot? That's like a sketch artist, giving us a nice, smooth outline of the data's shape. Each tool gives us a slightly different angle on the same story.
So now that we've got our toolkit, we can start identifying the usual suspects. These are the common shapes or personalities that data tends to have. Learning how to spot these is really the key to becoming a master data detective.
First up, the celebrity, the famous bell curve, also known as the normal distribution. This one is the balanced, predictable, symmetrical character. Most of the values are huddled right there in the middle, and the mean, median, and mode are all best friends. They're all in the exact same spot. You see this thing everywhere, in nature, from people's heights to simple measurement errors.
Okay, here's a fun one for you. What could the massive salaries of top executives possibly have in common with the number of visitors to a website? I know, it sounds totally random, but they actually share a very specific and very important data personality. The answer is they're both skewed. Specifically, they have what's called a right skew. This means most of the values, most people's incomes, for example, are clustered on the left, but a few extremely high values pull that average way over to the right. That's why you always hear about the median income, not the average. It tells a much more honest story. A left skew is just the opposite, where a few super low values pull the average down.
Now, if you ever see a shape like this with two distinct peaks, ding ding ding, a major clue just landed in your lap. A bimodal distribution is basically screaming at you that you don't have one group of data, you've got two different ones mixed together. It could be the heights of men and women in one dataset, or maybe website traffic during the day versus at night. It's a huge sign that you need to investigate and probably split your data apart.
Okay, so we've learned how to spot these different shapes. That's cool, but why does it actually matter? Who cares? Well, this is where all our detective work really pays off.
Understanding the shape isn't just some academic exercise. It has massive, real-world consequences.
Honestly, ignoring the distribution of your data is like a detective ignoring the most important piece of evidence at a crime scene. It can lead to faulty models, terrible business decisions, and conclusions that are just flat out wrong. Knowing the shape is your first and best line of defense against making a catastrophic mistake.
Let's talk about AI and machine learning for a second. The whole process hinges on this. First, you have to see the shape. If it's all skewed, you might need to transform it to make it more symmetrical. Only then can you choose the right algorithm that's designed for that kind of shape. You get that first step wrong, the final predictions are going to be completely useless.
And not all algorithms are created equal here. Think of linear models as being kind of sensitive. They often assume your data looks like a nice, normal bell curve to work properly. If your data is skewed, those extreme values will pull its predictions way off course. Tree-based models, on the other hand, are way more flexible. They don't make those assumptions. It just proves that choosing the right tool for the job is everything.
And listen, this isn't just for data scientists. In finance, the shape of the distribution reveals the risk of an extreme market crash. In marketing, a skewed distribution points you directly to your most valuable customers. In tech, it can help predict server failures. From Wall Street to a hospital ward, the shape of the data matters. It matters everywhere.
So ultimately, it really just comes down to this transformation. We start with raw, meaningless numbers, but by understanding their shape, their distribution, we turn them into actual, meaningful insights, the kind of insights that can drive really powerful decisions.
So the next time you're looking at a bunch of data, please don't just ask for the average. Ask to see its shape. Your data is constantly telling you its story through its distribution. The only real question is, are you listening?